does this week. Oh, and there's something in there from Jordan, too. You know, we haven't seen him for ages. You should see if he's available for dinner next week.
My dearest Logan, the ceremony was gorgeous. Tell Elaine that I've never seen her more beautiful and that she's the luckiest woman in the world. Please let her know that I don't blame her at all. I suppose I should start a bit earlier than that, shouldn't I? This may come as a shock to you, or it may not. Can never tell with you, Logan. But hopefully, I can get all of this out for you and it will all make sense. The last 5 years have been the happiest of my life. I don't know if you remember the day we met, but it remains to be the most important day of my life. I tried to tell you this once before, last summer, that night when we were drunk at Elaine's house, but I can't even begin to tell you how you made me feel. The words just aren't there. When you came and talked to that awkward kid who was sitting by himself on the couch, for the first time in my life, I felt important. I felt special. Like I was worth something to someone. And maybe, if I could mean something to somebody, then things weren't as bad as they seemed. You saved my life that night. It wasn't until a few months later that I knew that I loved you. It was the night before your senior recital, and you asked me to come over and listen to your set. Your parents were out, so it was just you, me, and that electric Yamaha for 2 hours. I still remember each song you played because it felt like every note was for me. I knew then that Moszkowski's Concerto in E major would be our song. And one day, I might even tell you that. Actually, I almost slipped the day you went away for college. Almost let you know how I feel. It was that tense moment when your brother left the room to go upstairs and grab his keys so that he could drop you off at the airport. I had been given the gift of 2 years with you. Spent some of the most irresponsible nights of my life. Held you after Amy left. Helped you fill out the applications and been there when your acceptance letter came. Helped you pack. Now you were about to leave me. So glad now that I didn't break. In retrospect, that one moment could have ruined everything. You never would have met Elaine. Remember the email I sent you your junior year? We had drifted apart and it was driving me crazy thinking about you. Feeling like I wasn't important to you. I almost gave up then. The purpose that I had felt over the past 3 years was dwindling, and I was back to that awkward kid sitting on the couch. I know that it was a coincidence, but the fact that you called me back the next day, February 14th, I took that as a sign. And when you would text me out of the blue after that, that's what kept me going. I'm sorry for the way that I've acted the last few months. I'm sure by now you can guess as to my reasons. When you first met Elaine, I had assumed it was just another fling like you would have at college. But as you kept getting closer to her, it was harder and harder for me to spend time with the two of you together. I'm sure you noticed that I suddenly got very busy when you would invite me out. All lies, I assure you, but it's all I could do. I wanted more than anything for you to be happy, and it was painful watching somebody else be able to provide for you that which I wanted to give you more than anything else. I was stunned. when you asked me to be your best man. I quite literally cried that night. But by the time I woke up, I realized that it was really the only way that this could have ever ended. It was a perfect gift, both from you to me, and eventually from me to you. Remember my only desire, your happiness. Seeing you and Elaine together, I've never been happier and more at peace. It's what made this so easy for me. 5 years ago, you saved my life, and it has been my sole purpose to repay you for that kindness. I may not be the one to give you that happiness, but now that I'm sure you've found it, I can leave you without any regrets. All I needed was to make sure you knew how profound of an impact you had on my life and my wishes for you. Thus, this letter. Please don't blame yourself for my death. It was only due to your kindness and warmth that I was able to live the last few years and live them well. Know now that I always have and always will love you, and that I am taking this last step joyfully, knowing that you too have found love to last the rest of your life. Adieu, et tâche d'être heureux. Love, yours, always, Jordan.
Babe, are you okay? What's wrong? Babe, why are you crying? What did Jordan say?
Jordan, I wish you would have said something, because, see, I loved you too.